Besties, when I started over on my budgeting journey, I had past due bills. I was still spending money on unnecessary things. I had expenses coming out of my account. I just could not get it together. So I decided to do a no spend month. I went cold turkey. For some of you guys who have been here, you know, I did not spend money on anything outside of my bills and needed expenses to live. It has helped to propel me forward in a positive way. So in today's video, I am going to be setting up my no spend for the month of August. Now it's gonna be a little bit different, so I really hope that you guys stay tuned for those people who are like, I cannot do a full on no spend. This video is gonna be super duper helpful. So if that's something that you're here for, please stay tuned. My name is Jasmine, aka Budget Treasures, and here on my channel we talk about all things finance with the emphasis on budgeting, saving money, and paying off debt. And I am gonna be setting up my no spend for the month of August. So basically, me doing no spends is what birthed the no spend workbook. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of background, but not a whole lot, because I really want to get into the meat and potatoes of this video. First and foremost, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you guys subscribe. We are on a quest to get to 30,000 subscribers. That is our next step before we have our next giveaway. And please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. So this is the no spend workbook. So like I explained earlier in the video, I was just through with myself. Okay, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start budgeting again, but because I hadn't changed my spending habits, it was very difficult for me to really see some positive gains because I still had some of those same spending habits that I had before I started budgeting again and really taking a look at my money. So the only way that I was able to see that was to stop spending money. Like I had to just stop. Like I had to figure out where my money was going. And so I said, the only way I can do that is just to stop. Sometimes I had to have that conversation with myself, like, girl, stop. If you look on some of my older videos, you'll see that I was still shopping at Fashion Nova. I was still just impulse buying or impulse spending, and it really wasn't helping me. So by me doing the no spend, I did it in the month of June. I really had I had did my closeout budget. I was like, you know what? I put up this post and I said, June is giving a no spend month. So I did the no spend month and it was great. I was then able to, one, release the urge of spending, or you know, kind of get rid of that urge of spending. And then I was also really able to see how I was spending my money and how much money I really did have and how much money I really did not have. And knowing that me spending the money that I didn't have was contributing to me being past due on some of my bills, because of course I'm spending my bill money to buy things that I don't need. So after I completed with June, I said, you know what, I got to give this another round. 1 month is not enough. So then I went into no by July, which is what we are currently at the end of the month in right now. And I further determined that now I'm to the point where I really think about my purchases before I spend. And then I'm also intentional with the purchases that I spend my money on, and I make sure that it's valuable to me. But right now I'm not really spending any money, but the few things that I did purchase that you'll see on the calendar was things that I really thought about spending before I spent it. It really wasn't just an impulse purchase. And so that's showing me that my spending habits are getting better and they're getting healthier. Of course, I have times now where I'm like, ooh, that dress is cute. Like, I unsubscribed from Fashion Nova, so I don't know why they keep sending me emails, but they keep sending them to me. And of course, you know, Instagram ain't no better. I get all kind of, well, not so much anymore, but you know, there are outfits that come up and I'm like, oh, that's cute. But then I think about it, I'm like, I got a whole 2 bags of cleaner clothes in there that I need to take to the cleaners. So I have clothes, right? So I don't need anything new. And then of course, you know, it's just something that I think about, definitely. I don't just say, oh, this is cute, let me go ahead and buy it. is it in line with the goals that I have for myself right now? I'm so laser focused that some things just don't matter to me anymore. I mean, they matter, don't get me wrong, but like, for example, I've been rocking my hair looking all crazy, y'all. Before this no spend and me really wanting to get better, I would have already purchased some hair, which is probably, sometimes it could run me about $300-400. So anyway, I'm not gonna get off on a tangent, but let's go ahead and start setting up for the month of August. So this is the no spend workbook. This is a workbook that I created that you can find. The link is down below if you feel like this will be beneficial for you, but we're gonna go through it and I am going to be completing the pages here. It is a digital version and I really like the digital version because I'm able to include it in my budget. My budgeting work. I don't have to have like a lot of books all over the place. So I really love the digital version. So the first page just says, you know, congratulations on making the decision to complete a no spend challenge. You are brave, hopeful, determined, and you want to see yourself better. In a better place with money. I know I want to see myself in a better place. I am determined. So here we are going to go through the 6 developmental steps to a no spend challenge. And we're going to start on step 1. So here, this is time for us to decide. Now that I have committed to completing a no spend challenge, I'm going to be realistic and decide how long I can do this no spend with what level I'm gonna be setting, okay? So this is where you decide your strength level. So the first is the intermediate savings. So this strength level will only cut out a certain category of spending. Example, cutting out, eating out, or shopping for clothes, shoes, etc. The second level is the impactful savings. This strength level will cut out all non-essential spending. Example, do not spend on anything outside of your 4 walls: mortgage, rent, utilities, food, gas. And then we have the intense savings. So this strength level includes the impactful saving level plus taking it up a notch and finding a way to make extra money. Example, pick up extra work shifts, side hustles, selling pre-love items, etc. So my no spend time frame will be for the entire month of August. My strength level. So the way that I am, I'm gonna be doing like all 3 of them in one, to be honest with you. And this is the beauty of this. So like you can do whatever you can make your own rules, but you have to make sure that it's going to be impactful, okay? You don't wanna make all kind of rules to where you're not even pushing yourself forward. So for me, the reason why it's gonna be kind of like all 3 is because when I go to my calendar in the month of August, you see I have my little brother's birthday, I have my daughter and my niece's birthday in August, and I think that's it. So I have 3 important birthdays that I do want to celebrate them. So I am going to be spending money outside of my bills and expenses. However, I am going to give them a budget and I am going to include it in my budget. So the strength level will be really the impactful and the intense, because I'm still going to be finding ways to make extra money, which is YouTube and my products. I am going to only spend money that is budgeted for. So I'm going to be giving each one of them a budget in order to celebrate them on their birthday. And I will not be able to go outside of that budget. So for example, if I'm going to spend $50 for my brother, I'm going to put that in the budget that I create for that paycheck. And I cannot go outside of that $50 for them. So I'm still not impulse buying. No, all 3 of them are going to get a budget and I have to stick to that budget. So that is how I have decided to do my no spend for the month of August. Now everything outside of that, I am only spending okay, I guess I'll get to the calendar when I get to that part. So Anything outside of that, I cannot spend money on. So it's the same rules as before for myself, where I'm not spending any money outside of that. The only time that I do not calculate it as a spending day is, let's say, whenever it comes to like offering, like tithes and offering, I give my tithes. If I am in church and I feel led by the Spirit to give, I give. And that is not, it does not go against my no spend. That is a rule for me that I have set for myself, and it's a spiritual thing for me. And so if, like I said, if I'm led by the Spirit, I'm going to give, and I'm not going to come back here and say I failed for the day, because that was not a failure. That was me putting seed in the ground, or putting seed on the word, or putting seed on whatever God placed on my heart in order for me to gain whatever it is that I'm gaining spiritually from Him. So that for me is the rule that I have set for myself. So remember, you can set whatever rules you want to set for this as long as you are propelling yourself forward, okay? So this is where I'm going to discover my why. And so basically my why is because I want to continue to get better with money. I want to be a better steward over what God has given me.
My writing is horrible, guys.
And then also, I still want to pay off debt. I'm going to be starting my debt payment plan or debt freedom journey in August. Yeah. So we got some good stuff coming up, you guys. Pay off debt and save money, you know. I don't want to be reckless. So this is my why. I'm really looking to get myself to a better place. And then the next step here is that this is the deep dive part. This is something that I've already done. So you want to do a deep dive of your finances for your no spend challenge, which involves a thorough examination of your spending habits. This section is all about you, and you. So you want to take some time to write down your reflections to the points down below. So you want to review your expenses and analyze your spending habits by examining your bank statements, credit card bills, and receipts from the past months. So that is something that I did back in the beginning. So the only thing that I will examine is how I did the month before. And looking at how I did in this current month right now for my no buy, I've done pretty good. I know this $22 was this $22 I spent for, what was this $22, you guys? I forgot. I know this $25.85 was the wig that I bought for that Sunday, the Afro wig, when we did Decades Day at church. But this $22 was for something. I forgot what it was. Hold on, let me remember. Oh, I made a donation. This $22. So that's what I did. But overall, I had a great month. I will be able to jot down how much money I spent, how much I made, and how much I saved. But I won't be able to complete this until after on the 1st. So that's the reason why I'm not completing it now, because I still have time to mess up or not. So I'm not completing this until after the month is done. So make sure that you are following me on Instagram, because that's where I'm gonna complete. I'm not gonna do a full-on video for that. So you want to do a deep dive, and you want to identify what kind of spender you are. You know, identify your spending triggers, identify non-essential expenses. I know for me, a spending trigger is when I get all kind of spending triggers. I could be going somewhere, I need something to wear. I could be sad and I want to go buy some perfume to make me happy. It's a lot of things that trigger me to spend. I could just be out with people who spend money and then that's going to trigger me to want to spend money. So it's not just one or two things. I can spend money. I can walk around my house and say, oh my God, I would love to have this organization thing in my kitchen. And I'll go buy a whole bunch of stuff for my house. So I just like to spend money. So I have all kind of triggers.
I'm a big spender. Oh yeah, I like to feel like I'm balling sometimes. But I'm not. And then I'm an impulsive spender. Because I'll see something on Instagram, I'll see something on anywhere and be like, oop, I want it. And then I'm an emotional spender.
Because I know that I'm all three of these things, what have I put in place to make sure that I won't spend money on lavish things, that I won't be an impulsive spender? Well, what I've done is I keep my why front and center, to be honest with you. I just remember the things that are important to me at this time. And what's important to me is making sure that I'm rebuilding my savings, because I don't really have a savings to get from up under this debt. Because in the event that something happens to me financially, I want to be stress-free, to be able to still live and pay my mortgage and my bills while I'm finding other income. So that's what I think about. And then I also hold myself accountable to a group of people that I know, friends and family. I hold myself accountable to them, and then also to my besties. I want to do well so that I can motivate you to do well and we can do well together. But sometimes we need to see other people doing it and we need to be encouraged by other people. So it's more important for me to show you that you can do it than it is for me to fail to these things that are not important. So now I want to develop the plan. So here is where I'm going to create the plan for my no spend. It involves careful consideration, goal setting, strategizing to successfully navigate this time. Timing is everything. While you're planning, be intentional and thoughtful about the plan that you're going to create. Consider important life events that may discourage you from staying on track. So that's where I looked at my calendar and I already know whose birthday it is. Not going to catch me by surprise. It's their birthday every single year on the same day. Identifying the hurdles like holidays, birthdays, vacations, etc. And plan no spends around those type of events. And that's what I'm doing. So here are some actions that you can do to plan for your no spend. So you put your measures in place, unsubscribe from our retail emails. Fashion Nova, I unsubscribe from y'all. Y'all keep on emailing me. Delete your saved credit cards from retail websites. You really should do that. I do not have my credit card saved from anywhere. I would literally have to get up to go get a card if I wanted to spend money. Cancel unused subscriptions. Ooh, let's talk about this one, you guys. Side note. So the other day, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were, chopping it up, and they were saying that they really wanted to kind of, get financially in a better place. So I said, oh, okay, let's talk about your subscriptions. How many subscriptions do you have? And they were like, oh, well, I have, the normal streaming subscriptions. I said, no, let's take a look at your phone subscriptions. I need you to go into your wallet on your iPhone and let's see how many subscriptions you have. You guys, if you have not done this in a while, I need you to do it. Let me tell you how much money I saved my friend. I took a screenshot of it because I couldn't believe it. Now, this is a combination of annual fees, or not fees, but annual subscription prices, quarterly, and some monthly. Before I tell you guys how much it was, I want you to guess in the comments, how much do you think I saved my friend? Okay, let me tell you guys how much I saved my friend. Let me get to the screenshot because I couldn't believe it. $741.75 is what I saved my friend. If you have not looked in your wallet, go in your wallet, in your iPhone. I'm going to show you how to get there. what you do is you go to your settings. Once you get to your settings, you go to where you see your picture and it says your name. Then you go into subscriptions, and it's going to show you all of the subscriptions that you have. I actually, when I walked them through this, I said, let me look at mine too. And I had 2 things that I needed to cancel. They were annually, but I know that I don't use them anymore. So I know we talk a lot about streaming subscriptions, your Hulu, your Netflix, your Apple TV, but we rarely ever talk about going into the subscriptions on your iPhone. Once you go there and you look at what you have, leave me in the comments how much money you're going to be saving. I want to calculate it. I'm glad we got to this one right here because I needed to tell that story. That was a testimony, okay? So share your goals with your friends and family. That's also something that you want to do. You want to get as many people on board with you as possible because it's really going to help you guys to stay focused if you are all on a no spend together and it's not just you. Do your no spend check-ins. You can do them daily, weekly, no eating out. What will you do to make extra money? It's important. Do's and don'ts. You also want to create a list of do's and don'ts for yourself on your no spend challenge. So you want to make sure that you're doing your budget every week, or however you do your budget, you want to make sure that you complete it. You want to make sure that you are still paying your bills. Okay, I got a lot of people saying, so what does this mean? You're not paying your bills? That's not what a no spend is. You are still paying your rent and mortgage, your utilities, your food, transportation. You do want to decrease your expenses. So if you can decrease in some of these areas, you want to do it. You want to decrease in food, gasoline, and household. Those are the things that you have to spend money on. But if you are able to decrease in those areas, you definitely want to do that as much as you can. You want to shop your home. Instead of buying new items, see what you already have on hand and use it up. Shop your closet, which I'm doing. Your linen closet, your pantry. I'm using up everything that I have. And then also make extra money with a side hustle. I wish I could sell something, but I am like the ultimate purger. Like, I do not keep stuff, y'all. That's not me. I purge, I get rid of stuff. I'm not a hoarder, not even a little bit. So anything I do have to sell, I probably have already sold it or given it away. And then make sure that you don't impulse shop, buy unnecessary things. When I said like birthday gifts, like ones that are not important to you, I guess I'll say. Holiday spending, I have that there. I mean, that's, up to you. Don't eat out. I would just say, because with these things, sometimes you have to do it. Like, for example, myself, I do still eat out, but that comes out of my grocery budget that I've already taken out of the bank. So it's not where I'm spending extra money doing it. It's just instead of me going to the grocery store to buy food to waste, I'm gonna go eat out so that I can still eat. A lot of the times I get very busy with editing videos, recording videos, working, and etc. that eating out is really the best thing for me to do so that I can get it all done. And then also the last thing right here, do not give up. If you mess up, regroup, give yourself grace, and keep going. Don't say, oh shoot, I spent money for the first 5 days, so I can't do it for the rest of the month. No, it's better to start after 5 days than to just shoot the whole month out. So list your do's and don'ts there. And then here you want to document your process. So I know you guys see my videos where I am always highlighting the days that I was successful, or I have written down the amount of money that I have spent in the box. And so I am going to be setting up for the month of August. So I am going to use a purple pen, and I am just going to set up my month. So I have set up my calendar, so I am all ready to go. I do have the birthdays here. However, those birthdays will be included in the budget, and I will give them a specific budget, and I will not go over that budget. If I do go over that budget, that will count against my no spend, and I would write the amount here. So let me also explain to you guys how I'm gonna document. So every day that I highlight will be a day that I was successful and I did not spend any money outside of my plan, my 4 walls, etc. If I do spend money outside of that, I write the amount of money that I spent in the box. And that's an example you can see here. This is an example of what it will look like. So all of these days I was successful in not spending money. Here I spent $22 and here I spent $25.85. Every other day I was successful. The colors do not mean anything. I just wanted to look colorful. So that's the reason why I just randomly picked different colors. But if you want the colors to mean something, you definitely can. You can set it up however is best for you. You want things to work for you. So I will never tell you that it is a one shoe fits all, that it's one way or the highway. I will never tell you that for anything, because what's good for me may not be good for someone else and vice versa. Now I do get questions on how do you calculate this. So how much money did I spend? Basically, I'm gonna calculate how much money I spent outside of the budget, which I already have documented here. So that's the amount I'll write there. Then it says how much money did I save? The way that I calculate that is how much money I had left over from my paycheck budgets. And I get that from my paycheck budgets. And then how much money did you make? That is how much money I made from my side hustles or doing anything to make extra money is what I put here. I'm gonna hopscotch back up to this one here. How much money did you save? There are different ways that you can determine how much money you saved. So I know that some people have done it in the past where if there was something that you were gonna buy, but you decided not to buy, they calculate the amount of that expense, and then they just keep a log of everything, and then they calculate it up at the end of the month, and they say, had I not been on a no spend, I know I would have bought these things that was outside of my plan and the rules that I had set, and I would have spent $300 extra on stuff that I didn't need. So that is how much money I saved. So that is a way that you can do it. Whatever makes most sense for you, but you want to be able to calculate how much money you actually saved. And it could be no money. It could mean you didn't go in the negative, in the red, because you have some people who constantly are negative or overdrawn in their account because they're spending too much money. So maybe by you doing your no spend, this time you didn't overdraw your account and you're a positive $2, a positive $3. That's still a positive. And so you want to say you saved, $300. You say you didn't overdraw your account. So just be colorful with it, you guys. If you have questions, please leave them down in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. But we are all set up and ready for the month of August, and I am super excited for the gains. I am also excited about the debt-free journey that I have coming up. I have been working on another workbook that I feel is going to be best and easy for me to use in order to set out the plan for my debt. I have some super good news in regards to that, you guys. I can't wait to get to that video and set that up. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope that you join the No Spend Challenge. It's something else that I also want to let you know before I go. If you join the no spend in August at whatever level, I don't care whatever level it is, and you purchase a no spend workbook, you will be entered into a drawing to win $50. So the no spend workbook is $19.99. You'll get your $19.99 back, plus you'll earn an additional $30. The more people who join will be I'll the pot. So right now it's 50, but if I get a lot of people, it can raise to $100. So join me for the no spin August, and then also make sure that you purchase a no spin workbook so that you can enter into the raffle. Now, if you've already purchased a book, if you've already purchased the workbook, but you want to enter, I would just say to go ahead and purchase it again, and maybe you can gift it to a friend or something like that. But right now, that's the only way that you would be able to enter. So you would just purchase between now and, I mean, it can go all the way up to the 30th, to be honest with you. I mean, you're just entering yourself into the drawing. So the more people who join, the more that the pot can raise. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with your girl, and I will see you in the next video. Go be great. Peace out.